What's going on YouTube? Stealing Likes here, and you guys have caught me once again handing the cookie jar out here trying to snatch me some likes.
Today, bring you guys the first episode of the International Challenge June. Now, currently have a record of 10-8. Moderately frustrating seeing as I just did two battles. One where I had a lot of video interference, because I was going to bring these to you guys obviously at the end of this division, or at the end of this day. So, didn't enjoy the last video's interference. My opponent is Tyree. Now, in addition to the interference, the match before that, whenever I was going to record, I went through a DC. If anybody remembers the last episode, I'm sure you know how happy I am about that. But, all of that aside, we are in here, we are battling. Now, my opponent brought Scizor, Hydreigon, Azumarill, Smeargle, Furfrou, and that's Mawile. So, a lot of relatively slower Pokemon. I'm going to lead up with Greninja and Gengar. Maybe. That's what it's looking like. Rotom, probably going to come as it resists a lot that's going on here. And then, due to the Mawile, that's clearly a Mega Scizor, maybe an Intimidate Mawile. I feel like Tyranitar shouldn't come. There's too much going on here that Tyranitar can't handle. So I'm actually going to go with Venusaur over Tyranitar. And we're going to get right away into this battle. Now, I am sure you guys are wondering what happened to yesterday's video. This is actually yesterday's video. Tonight's video will be posted later on today. I just wanted to get to the end of this first session and kind of show you guys where I stand on the first video rather than saying, hey, here are the first two battles out of this challenge. Now, I open up Rotom Greninja. They open up Azumarill and Furfrou. It's actually not that bad. I mean, I could do this. So, I mean, Azumarill's always a problem. It is. It's always a problem. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for the problems. So, Greninja's going to Mat Block, and Gengar is actually going to Mega Evolve and Perish Song. I'm not sure if this is a common tactic. Oh, they took the Azumarill out for Scizor. That's even better in my opinion, as I don't really like Scizor. I have a bigger problem with Scizor in this tournament than I do with Azumarill, because in doubles, I don't expect it to Belly Drum and Aqua Jet. Now, the Mat Block going up just means that Furfrou won't be able to hit us, but it could be a utility Furfrou. So, it's probably going to go for like a Swagger, something along those lines. Now, oh, a T-Wave. I knew it was going for something status E, quite possibly. Now, I'm almost willing to let Greninja fall after that. So, I'm actually going to go for the Protect here on Gengar. And then, I am going to... Am I going to leave that Greninja in? Because that really becomes the question of the day now. Do I leave Greninja in and kind of just do some things here? I don't have a lot of time to decide, and I'm really bad with decisions, as everybody already knows. So, I feel like Rotom's my best call. I'm going to switch out into Rotom instead of letting Greninja just sit there and look all pretty and paralyzed. Scizor Mega Evolves. Now, I'm going to have... Oh, I was going to say, why did he Mega Evolve first? He's going for the Pursuit, which didn't make much sense to me. But only due to the fact that it was so well resisted. Like, don't get me wrong, the power on it wasn't bad, but it really didn't do much. Cotton Guard. Okay. So the Cotton Guard... I'm completely fine with, actually. I am absolutely fine with the Cotton Guard. Now, Gengar, I'm going to have him substitute, just sub up, because he's now faster than everything in, and unless Scizor wants to toss a Bullet Punch at me, which not all that terrifying, I should be good. So what I'm going to do here, first off, I'm going to go for the Protect. I'm just trying to keep minimal damage incoming and try to see what I can do about getting myself into a better position later in the game. So Gengar and Rotom are as safe as can be. And Scizor tosses down a Pursuit on Gengar's Substitute. Now obviously that means that the next Pursuit will go for Gengar's face. That's unfortunate. However, it's something that I have to do because I can't just lose Gengar because I'm afraid of a Pursuit. So I'm actually going to go out into Greninja, and then Rotom is just going to go for like a standard Will-O-Wisp on the Furfrou for kicks. Because I'm not going to double protect, there's no point in it. Now, my opponent's seen 3 of my Pokemon, I've seen 3 of theirs, so we're pretty even in that regard. However, my opponents, they're going to lose some Pokemon right here. They didn't go for the Pursuit. I have no idea what just happened. I don't know why my opponent didn't go for Pursuit there. So, Furfrou going for the Thunder Wave. Not certain why. Scizor is doing something very, very late in priority, possibly. No, just going for the U-turn. Oh, saving the Scizor. Good play, sir. So, I'm only taking down Furfrou out of that 3-turn holdout. Fortunately enough, the Cotton Guard Furfrou is kind of an issue. They're probably going to go Azumarill. Yeah, Azumarill is a problem. So, Furfrou's going to go down immediately. Then Azumarill, and they might bring Scizor back out. I mean, I think I'd bring Scizor back out right here, just because there's not a lot threatening Scizor. And Greninja no longer really capable of protecting anybody with a mat block. Yep, they do go out into Scizor. Now, Scizor, Azumarill, I could get off a little bit of damage with a Surf. I'm going to go for that. Whereas Rotom, just going to go for a straight up Protect. The hope here would be that I just take down one more Pokemon. The idea to the Parasong team, I was using it as a lead. It's not nearly as strong of an idea as I'd been hoping. Mostly due to the fact that whenever I get my opponents in like that first Parasong situation, I mean, that's not a bad situation for me to be in most of the time because I take an instant 2 Pokemon advantage. But closing with the Parasong is actually stronger as long as I have the advantage. So I probably should have taken that into consideration just due to the fact that the Parasong takes a while to kill. I mean, it's a great way to guarantee a win though. Now, I don't want Azumarill to Aqua Jet on me. But Scizor could pursue me. Greninja probably wouldn't be a fan of the Pursuit. I know they both resist Ice. I'm actually going to go for a Protect on the Greninja. And I'm going to switch Rotom out for Venusaur. After all that good garbage I was talking about not wanting Venusaur to take damage from the Scizor. I know the power of Belly Drum Azumarill, and it's not something I really want to deal with. So, that is not a switch. I have no idea what just happened. Did I time out or... No, I don't think I timed out. Maybe I hit the wrong thing. Maybe I just was going with it. It would appear that I hit the wrong thing and just went with it. Wow. So, Azumarill gonna eat up that berry. Now, obviously, Azumarill just became priority number 1 on my list, as it is now capable of murdering anything here. Let's see. Azumarill. It's only going to be able to kill one thing at a time. And I know it's going for Rotom more likely than not first. So let's give it a nice, long, annoying process to that. Mostly via Protect. So Rotom tosses the Protect up. Scizor goes for the Bullet Punch on Greninja. That might kill. That does kill. So I'm not even getting an attack off here. I'm just healing up if I have anything left to heal. Now, I could draw the hate out. And I think how I would do that, if I go into Gengar right here. If I go into Gengar, I would draw out the hate. Venusaur, pretty bulky. I'm pretty sure that Azumarill doesn't want to deal with it. But the question becomes, would Scizor deal with the Venusaur and then... Yeah, Scizor would deal with the Venusaur at that point. And Scizor would do a great job of dealing with Venusaur at that point. So, yeah, I'm going to go into Gengar. If for no other reason than I can threaten the Perish Song, which will force Azumarill to do other things. Because Azumarill doesn't want any part of Gengar in this fight, I'm sure. Now, Volt switching on the Azumarill doesn't look too terribly bad, so that's what I'm going to do. Man, that just changed this whole situation. Went for the... No, it went on Rotom. What? They're just going to let me do these things? That's crazy talk. So, evidently, Scizor is not in the least bit... Scizor and Azumarill are not in the least bit concerned about what I'm doing here. But I have to be able to take one of them down, and that has become the real problem in this one. Ugh. So what do we got? Clearly, that Azumarill is going to be killing off Gengar next. I mean, if I was Azumarill, I'd kill off Gengar next. I could double protect just to try and set up. I'm going to double protect because it's really my only hope now. 60-something%. I could definitely go with it. Now, oh, you're a fairy. Come here, fairy. Let's do this game. Now, I'm going to find out real quick. My protect failed. So Scizor going for the Bullet Punch on Venusaur. Why, I'm not certain. And then Venusaur going for the Sludge Bomb on Azumarill. Azumarill didn't Aqua Jet. I am seriously confused right now. So, what just happened? My opponent decided that Aqua Jet was no longer a good call. Huh. So now we go into Mawile, and Mawile Scizor, not a bad team up for my opponent, as, I mean, this situation right here has some definite problems for me. I could Perish Song, but I would lose. And the name of the game for losing right there is Mawile and Scizor are slower. So, at this point, I'm actually going to take... Did anybody Mega Evolve on their team? I bet they didn't. I bet there were no Mega Evolutions on their team. I'm going to target the Mawile, and then I'm going to actually put up a... Nah, Grassy Train's a terrible idea. Petal Dance is a terrible idea. I'm just going to put up a Protect on Venusaur. See what I can get going. As my opponent... Do they Protect? No. Mawile goes for a Sucker Punch. Did not think that one through. So Gengar is actually going to get a Shadow Ball off on Mawile's face. And is that a dead Mawile? No. Mawile's got like one hit point. Really wish I had Rotom around still. Because Rotom would take care of Mawile. Now, I don't want Gengar to go down that easily. So I'm actually going to go for a Protect. Because I now know that I'm drawing the hate. And see, this is where things get ridiculous. Like a Petal Dance. Come on. Petal Dance. I'm going for the Petal Dance though. The Grassy Terrain probably would have helped that out a lot. But Mawile going for the Sucker Punch and failing. Scizor Oh, so Petal Dance just targets whoever my Venusaur wants to target, evidently. As I've never gotten to pick the target, and I always thought it was straight across from me. I've always hit straight across. So the U-turn, I mean, it's going to hit, and it's going to hurt Venusaur's feelings, but that burn on on Scizor is serious. Like, it's not dealing out the kind of damage it's used to. So at this point, I'm actually going to go for a Shadow Ball with Gengar, and obviously, it almost killed. It almost killed. So Scizor is probably going down this turn. Woo, I get a win by the skin of my teeth. We take a 2-0, and that one was not an easy one at all. So, I hope you guys enjoyed round 1. Sit tight for 5 seconds. I will be back with round 2. Round 2 underway. 11 wins, 8 losses. I really wish I hadn't taken that disconnect lost. I really wish I hadn't. It hurt my feelings. Just because it's not like I intentionally disconnected. So we've got Brenda from Mexico. I'm not sure how to say that. Yalista, Mexico? I don't know. Asmero, Talonflame, Garchomp, Lucario, Jolteon, Kangaskhan. Obviously, I'm going to be doing parasonging things here. Just because, from what I can tell, if I were my opponent's leading Kangaskhan, Talonflame. That would be my guess. Now, I'm going to bring in Tyranitar in case they don't lead with the Talonflame for some crazy reason. Then, Rotom Heat Form, or Jolteon, or Venusaur. I feel like Venusaur is not a bad call. What do we got here? Venusaur is not a bad call. I'm going to bring Venusaur. Yep, I'm bringing Venusaur. So there's my team. And so, I guess you guys probably don't know this. Whenever I first saw this tournament, I didn't want to participate. Because, as you guys know, I don't really want to do competitive doubles. I feel like there are just way too many angles. Now, my opponent leads off with Talonflame and Jolteon. Obviously, Jolteon is a bit of a problem. Talonflame might not be. It's got to be speed, nature, doubt, speed. So, Talonflame isn't really the concern. However, Jolteon's going to pack problems. Gengar could do things. Jolteon's going for the Shadow Ball to open. So I don't really want to keep Gengar around. I'm actually going to swap out Gengar for Tyranitar. And then, just to keep things kind of in line, I'm going to go with a Protect on Greninja. Now, I'm not really certain what else my opponent wants to do here. I do know that they're about to be very afraid of Tyranitar, though. So, Greninja, possibly the only one protecting on this turn. Jolteon uses Thunder on the Greninja, so Talonflame was going for Acrobatics. I'm guessing it's empty-handed. Now, Greninja buffeted by Sand, Jolteon buffeted by Sand, and Talonflame buffeted by Sand. So, the big benefit here being, if there's a Focus Sash out there, I just broke it. Unfortunately, I broke mine. However, I thought it was worth it. So, I'm going to go for Rock Slides here to get my jollies in. And Greninja is actually going to... Is it going to swap out? No, because Venusaur is a problem. Venusaur is a problem. So what I'm actually going to do is go for a neutral Ice Beam on the Jolteon. Because Jolteon is actually the bigger threat. Now, I'm not sure what this Talonflame is doing. It's been scaring me now for a little while. My Tyranitar is faster than both of them. That's bad for them, as that's a 2 Pokemon knockout without problems. Now, obviously, I don't know if I discussed this in the last video or not, But clearly, I have gotten probably more wins off of not leading with the Perish Song and using it more so as a safeguard. But because I built this team to operate on the Perish Song, mostly due to the fact that it doesn't get stopped by things like Protect. Ooh, that's a dead Garchomp. That is a dead Garchomp. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm stuck with Rock Slides because this is a choice Tyranitar. And then I'm just going to go for, do I go for the Ice Beam? The Ice Beam's too obvious. I'm going to go for Protect because Lucario would smash my face in. Yeah, there's the Mega Lucario. Now, I don't remember the base speed on Mega Lucario. I don't know if it can outspeed my Tyranitar. I'm not certain at all. So, real concern here being Lucario does avoid. Lucario might be going after Greninja though, so I could be alright with that. Lucario used me first and failed. Garchomp used Dragon Rush and nothing happened. So Garchomp and Lucario immune to the Sandstorm damage. I think I want to switch Greninja out for Venusaur. To stay on the safe side of things, I really need to stay ahead of my opponents by a couple of steps. So I'm actually going to swap for Venusaur. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to resist 2 out of 3 typings here. 3? There are 4 typings on my opponent's side of the field. Now, getting the Rock Slides off, so I am faster. Now, Lucario goes for the Aura Sphere, clearly on Tyranitar, which is going to take Tyranitar down. I mean, there's not a question in the world. Even though it gets that great special defense buff, I'm not packing any real special defense investment. Now, I'm going to go straight into Gengar. I don't really have to Mega Evolve, but clearly I'm not hiding anything at this point, as all of my Mega potential is gone except for Gengar. So Gengar's coming out, he's going to Mega Evolve, and then he's going to go for the Perish Song, which guarantees me the win. So there's the Mega Evolve, there's the Perish. I'm going to kill everybody. Then I am going to Protect on the Venusaur. Protect on the Venusaur. Grassy terrain. I could really grassy terrain and just stall this out. I might. It's hilarious. I am anti-stall, and I build a team whose premise is to stall for 4 turns at a time. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to go for... Wait, I protected Venusaur already, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to go for a Grassy Terrain followed by a Petal Dance. Especially since I know that Garchomp probably wants to pack an Earthquake in my face on this Gengar. And I don't really want to go down to 1 Pokemon that fast. So, Lucario me first. Lucario fails. Gengar goes for the Perish Song. Gets that to go. Now, Garchomp goes for the Dragon Rush and misses. So, my opponents are not in a happy place right now. They are not happy campers. They are looking at a problematic time. And we're all out of the sand, so I'm no longer getting buffeted by my own ability. However, just to kind of explain the premise behind some of the Pokemon choices, Tyranitar obviously chosen for things like Charizard Y and Ninetales. I don't want to deal with the incoming sunny days and things of that nature. So it gives me the ability to control the weather with a great stand-up Pokemon, not to mention the things that Sandstorm does for Tyranitar's special defense. I mean, it's incredible. So, going for the Protect on the Gengar this turn, whereas Venusaur is actually going to be the one doing a majority of the hitting at this point. Mostly due to the fact that Petal Dance is really going to pack more of a punch. I'm not sure who it's hitting. I mean, I'd hope Garchomp. Lucario goes for an Aura Sphere on the Venusaur. Now, obviously, that's not hurting my feelings at all. Garchomp digs. Now, that is a problem. I go for the Petal Dance. Garchomp avoids. Now, Lucario seems to be focused on my Venusaur, whereas I guess Garchomp is digging to try and get at my Gengar. So Gengar is going to substitute, and then Venusaur, ooh. Yeah, Venusaur is actually going to switch for Greninja. I know you all are probably wondering, well, why isn't Greninja just going to take like a good fun attack in on some things every once in a while? I only actually packed 2 attacks on Greninja. That hurt my feelings. I packed 2 attacks on Greninja. And because I packed 2 attacks on Greninja, he gets his feelings hurt a lot. Oh, wow, they doubled up on Venusaur. So Venusaur is going to be the only living Pokemon at the end of all this, when it's all said and done. So that was interesting. Oh, so some other reasons why I picked up Pokemon. Obviously, Greninja came due to Mat Block. Now, I didn't have to pack a Mat Block and a Protect. Obviously, anybody who's used Mat Block knows it can only go on the first turn. However, it takes up so many move slots on my Greninja. Because the Mat Block to Protect, it leaves me with very little attacking capability. So Venusaur protecting up. Now, Lucario is going to go for the E-Speed on Venusaur. It's going to fail. My Gengar goes for Shadow Ball. I guess I didn't talk that one out. I'll talk more about the team and why I brought some of them. Actually, I have a little bit of time right now. Rotom came to oppose Venusaur as a wall. Not to mention the grassy terrain gives me the ability to live Earthquakes with Gengar, which just looks like a lot of fun. Now, Furfrou came as just the antithesis of physical hitters, especially since my Furfrou now is Cotton Guard. I hope my opponent DC'd, not me. I will bring you guys more. Oh, well, you know what? My opponent might have DC'd, but I still won the match legitimately. So this one goes down as a 1-0. Oh, I DC'd. Alright. Well, oh, that's terrible. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I had a lot of fun with it. However, I will be back tomorrow, or actually I'll be back tonight with 2 more battles. It'll be late tonight, but I wanted to bring this one as the first in line. So it'll be, today I'm doing 2, tomorrow I'm doing 1, and it'll be another late one because I'm obviously focusing all I can on the doubles tournament. And then after tomorrow, we will be back to normal scheduling, starting up once again on Subscriber Sunday. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a nice day, and I will see you later on tonight.